Good morning, everybody. I'm Dave, and this is Saluda Grade Farm, and today I want to show you what I've got going on inside the greenhouse. I have my seedling table set up, and I've got all kinds of stuff in here for now. Most of it's hydroponic, some of it's soil grown, and I'll be using self-wicking method where the tray sits in water. These are carrots growing in a 5-inch tray, and they're 5-inch long carrots, so we'll see how they do. I'm trialing that. I've got all kinds of lettuces. I've got some bok choy coming up there and all different kinds of other sprouts. I started my tomatoes already. I've got about 340 of them. I've got some celery just now coming up in here. I put my heat mats down under there so you can see that. I've got several different methods that I'm trying. This one here is a self-watering gutter garden. Basically, it's a gutter, and I put end caps on it on each side so that way it holds the water in. And then I took these pots and I potted up these plants, and the roots come down and they sit in the nutrient solution in there. I've got mustard and chard, broccoli, and kale. I know some of this will need more spacing when the plants get bigger, but I'll figure that out when I need to. I've already harvested a ton of the mustard greens and a ton of the chard off of it. I also have a cabbage in there and some beets. Over here, I've got what I guess I would call a flood and drain system. I've got these big troughs, and I've been pumping water into this side of it, and it drains down into a reservoir on the other side. And I've got golden beets, purple beets. These are some older beets. They're growing up really well, and these are just beautiful. Look at that. That's just coming along great. I'm trying some root vegetables, some more root vegetables. These are radishes, and let's see if I can find some. There they are. They're starting to bulb up pretty good. I've got some green onions growing. These green onions, I blanched them, which basically means I buried them deep in the soil. I started them in this plug tray over here, and then I took this 6-inch pot, I made a deep hole, and I dropped those green onions down in there. And so what that does is it makes the white part of the green onion longer, which is more tender and sweeter. Okay, I've also got some turnips growing in here. There they are. Alright, let's go over here. Over here I just transplanted a bunch of cabbages and broccolis. I have some fennel, also chards. There's bok choy. Here's the fennel. I've never grown it before. We'll see how it turns out. These are Napa cabbage, purple, and green. Here's my nursery, a bunch of small lettuces coming along. I'll be transferring them out when they're ready, and I have space over here. These seedlings have been in here, I guess, since mid-January, and they grew really slowly, but they're starting to pick up more now. In January, there's not a lot of light, obviously, And so plants grow really, really slow. Even if you keep them warm, they won't grow very well. On the other side, we have curly kale, celery. That's looking amazing, and this stuff is really, really sweet. I got some broccoli. I've never grown that before hydroponically, but this time we'll see how it goes. If I need to move them out of here, I can, to give them more spacing and possibly feed them a little bit more. They're a little heavier feeders than the lettuces. Okay, I've got some lettuce coming up. I have not harvested anything off of this system yet. I've been harvesting everything that I've been selling off of that small system down there at the end. And so I'm really excited. These things are just about ready. These have been in here since December. About, I guess, mid-December. So maybe about 2 months. And I use this light to help them continue growing. It just tells it's just enough light to tell the plants that it's not time to go dormant, because they'll go dormant when there's less than 10 hours of light. It doesn't take a lot of light to kick them out of that. Then I've got more of the same over here. Everything's looking really, really good. Okay, if you enjoyed that video, please subscribe. I've got more coming. I'm going to show you updates when I go to get ready to harvest all this stuff. I'll show you how I plant them, how I add nutrients. I'm even going to show you how I built this greenhouse. And I have update videos coming for all these different types of plants that I'm growing hydroponically, including the beets that I showed you on the table, all those seedlings, the tomatoes. All those tomatoes are clearly early tomatoes. I'm hoping that they'll produce by May this year. I started them about 2 weeks ago, and so they should have plenty of time to mature by then. I've seen them produce as far as April, as early as April, using the same method. And I'll be building another greenhouse for those tomatoes to go in, so I got to get on the ball. But I'll be using a hydroponic slab system for them as of now. I don't have the slabs yet, and there's a trucker strike, I guess, coming to America, so if I can get them in, I'll use a slab system, which is basically a bag filled with either perlite or cocoa peat or rock wool, and you put your plant on top of it, and the roots go down, and then you pump your water and nutrients into it. So I'm excited to show you how that works. So if you like all that stuff, stay tuned. Thanks for watching.